Hey, Yinz guys and gals, gather round for a journey like no other. It's time to hop on board the Where Yinz Goin podcast. From the rivers that meet at the point to form downtown Pittsburgh, to the Great Salt Lake, to the furthest corners of the globe, Matt and Katie will be your compass, your confidants, your companions of that, as we explore the wonders of travel. So kick back, relax on your couch, and let the wanderlust wash over Yinz as we discover new horizons and reminisce about old favorites. With Matt and Katie by our side, the sky's the limit. Join Matt and Katie on the Where Yinz Goin podcast, because when it comes to travel, the journey's just getting started. And now, without further ado, let's give a shout for your guides through the highways and byways of travel, the planning partners, the travel tandem, Matt and Katie.
How Yinz doing? Welcome to the Where Yinz Goin podcast. I'm Matt. I'm one of your hosts. Katie's not going to be able to join us today. She's busy gallivanting around the world on one of her adventures. We'll hear about that later on. But today we have a bit of a different podcast. We're going to talk about the Disney parks and the Disney Cruise Line, but we're also going to get the perspective of kids. So we invited some kids to tell us about what they like best about going to Walt Disney World, going to Disney parks, whether it's Walt Disney World in Florida, whether it's Disneyland out in California, or it's the Disney Cruise Line. So I hope you enjoy hearing their perspectives. Next is going to be AJ here with Annell. Annell has joined us before talking about the Disney College program. So AJ, how you doing today?
Good.
Awesome. So how many times have you been to Disney World or Disneyland? Can you count that many?
No, I don't
He's
know.
almost taking off his fingers, going on his fingers and toes and taking off his shoes.
Uh-huh.
About four.
Yeah, about 4.
4 times. That's great. So whenever someone tells you you're going to Walt Disney World or Disneyland, how do you feel?
I feel happy, excited, like that stuff.
So do you have a favorite, whenever you go, do you actually stay in the Disney hotels?
Mm, um, mhm.
Sometimes, do you have a favorite?
Which
The last one, the All-Star Sport.
the All-Star Sports one.
All-Star Sports Resort. That's a good one. Do you have a favorite? So do you play sports?
I used to play soccer, but not anymore.
Not anymore. Okay. Do you like sports though?
Yeah,
And that just because you like sports, that hotel just really it speaks to you, and especially all the giant things that it has there,
yeah.
like the oversized sports equipment.
Mm-hmm.
So, do you have a favorite park when you're there?
Oh, has to be what's the one? I forgot.
Magic Kingdom, Epcot, Hollywood Studios, Animal Kingdom.
I think it's Magic Kingdom. Is that the one with the Guardians of the Galaxy ride?
Oh no, that's Epcot.
I mean Epcot.
You like Epcot, so you like the Guardians of the Galaxy. Was that it?
Yeah.
You like Cosmic Rewind. So, is there anything special? What about that ride that makes it so great?
It's the fact that it launches you and the fact that the music, you get to see everything. It's amazing, really.
That the way the cars turn, you get to see everything, and it has all
Yeah.
the video displays, so you get to see Isan and the other Guardians of the Galaxy fighting him, and you get to go back in time, and you like the launch, the reverse launch.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that might be my favorite attraction too at Disney. And now, do you have a favorite?
That's my favorite. I love,
So
I love, love, love that ride.
the only one that I think might compete with it is Rise of the Resistance. I'm
You
a
know,
big Star
I
Wars
do.
fan.
I do like
Yeah.
that one just because just there's no ride like it. Like the
It,
storytelling
it
on that ride is just incredible.
it really puts you into the story, and it's so long
Absolutely.
too.
Yes, it is. It is. So it's a very immersive ride. It's the most. So yes, I would agree with that.
The other one that's right up there for me is the Jungle Cruise, but I think we might have talked about that before. That's my future job. But the Jungle Cruise is great at its best. Not at its best though. If you're in the wrong seat or something else, then it's it. But for Cosmic Rewind and Rise of the Resistance, it's hard to go wrong with those two.
Right.
Hmm.
Right. I would say, Slinky Dog is, gives them a little bit of a run for their money though.
Oh, that's my little girl's favorite. She loves Slinky Dog. So AJ, do you have other favorites? You know
Uh,
that was number one was Cosmic Rewind. Do you have other ones that are like a close second or close thirds, or other ones that are really up there that you like a lot?
uh, the drop the Hollywood Hotel.
Oh,
Tower of
the
Terror.
Tower of Terror, the Twilight Zone Tower of Terror. That's my wife's favorite.
It wasn't
So
really
you're picking
scary.
all the good ones. It's not that scary.
Mm-mm.
No, I don't. I think it's more fun than scary. Definitely,
Now,
unless you don't
AJ's
like
been
falling, then it's really scary.
right. AJ's been to Disney when he was younger. So we just recently went January
Yeah, January,
in January.
like late
So it's his
January.
first time since he was older that he got to experience Disney that he can, I would say, really remember.
Okay. Yeah, we've been there a couple times with my little girl, but each time we go, she's a little bit older, so she can try new things as you get taller. So, AJ, do you have a favorite snack or a favorite thing to get to eat when you're at Disney in one of the Disney parks?
The favorite thing was, I think it was at the Rockstar Cafe. That the one we went to? It
The dinner, is
was.
that what you're talking about?
Mm,
Oh, he loved the shrimps at Disney. Everywhere we go, if he can order shrimps, that's what he ate. He really didn't
Oh,
snack a lot. He eats.
so which restaurant was it that you liked the best?
mm, it would have been the Rockstar Cafe.
Rockstar Cafe.
What the dumbass?
The one with which?
Um, then we went to, you have to go up and you have to go down the elevator.
Oh, Planet Hollywood
Oh, Planet Hollywood.
and Disney
Right.
Springs.
Planet Hollywood and Disney Springs. Yep. So, was there something special about that that made you like it the most?
It was mostly the fact that it was entertaining and that you could just look at the table and get a full show at the table. Like the whole table was like just a TV.
Yeah, we had the table that had like the TV on the tabletop.
Oh, those are nice.
Yes. So he enjoyed that.
So you get one of those at home, so you can sit there and eat your dinner, and you can watch TV at the same time.
Yeah,
So whenever you get older, that's what you're gonna buy. You just have get a nice flat screen TV and just put a little clear plastic thing over top, so you don't ruin the TV, and you just eat dinner and watch it.
yeah.
I think AJ has some really good ideas that we need to start marketing right now. So AJ, whenever you get older, become an engineer, and you can start designing these things, and you can sell them.
That's what I
You'll
was
be a millionaire
thinking.
with this.
I was thinking about one of those mechanical engineers and like all that.
Hey, another thing with mechanical engineers is they use a lot of the mechanical engineers as Imagineers to help make the rides and attractions at Disney because you got to build all that stuff. That was my other dream when I was a little kid too, to be a roller coaster designer.
That would be awesome.
Yeah,
I think it's more fun to ride them though than to design them, I think.
yeah. As
Well,
long as they're
maybe, I don't know.
tested.
Yeah,
It
testing would be fun.
would
So,
be.
do you have a favorite character, AJ?
Hmm, has to be out of all of them, Deadpool. Out of all of them.
Deadpool. How
Yeah,
old are you, AJ?
then
You're 10. You're not old enough to watch Deadpool.
I watched a movie with Deadpool.
Hopefully it was the TV version, right?
No, it was
At least they
Deadpool.
bleep out all the.
The
Well,
live.
no, it could be they could be Deadpool, but there's a TV version where they make it not quite as
It was gory. There was blood.
yeah, they still can tone it down a bit, and he doesn't always say nice words.
Nah, they didn't tone it down. I could tell.
My little girl is 5, and she always wants to watch Deadpool. She saw it on Disney Plus. She's like, I want to watch that guy. I'm like, no,
You're like,
you go
no.
wait till you're late. Wait till you're older. So AJ, do you think they should introduce Deadpool to the parks and have him have a ride or an attraction that's devoted to
Yeah,
Deadpool?
I have an idea for one.
All right, we got to hear this.
The ride, you are in a chimichanga. You basically in a chimichanga, and you go through. It's like a roller coaster. You go through a microwave. You stay there for a bit, and then it shuts you down, opens up a latch and shuts you down into Deadpool's mouth, and then you travel to the digestive system and get out. It's not really
Now
that
this could
gory.
be not that gory.
Disney park. It's not gory.
Yeah, I don't think that would go
I know the
over at a
perfect
Disney park.
location for this. We need to put this in Epcot in the body, the one,
Oh,
because they used to have the ride in there that was
yes, yes. I can't.
Body Wars, and then they
Yes.
had the Cranium Command, which I love those two. Those were awesome, especially being the age I was seeing Cranium Command, back in the early 90s, that I could totally relate to everything that kid was going through. So it spoke to me. The awkward early teenage years, which AJ, you're going to experience that soon too. So just be ready for that. But that would be the perfect location. Put it right in where the what was that pavilion called? Was it called the Body? We'll have
No,
to do our
it was called.
Wonders of Life. That was it.
There you go. There you go.
So yeah, the Wonders of Life pavilion. We can redo it and have the Deadpool thing where you have to go through a body, because then you get to learn all about anatomy.
Yeah, but you got to be like 12 and older.
Make sure you're old enough. Yeah, you got to be tall enough to go on this. It's be like a crazy ride.
Yeah, but I have access.
But you're gonna be able to go. Well, you're the one designing it, so you're gonna be the one to test it too, right? Although by the time they build it, I think you'll be 12 years old, because it takes a little bit of time to do that.
Yeah,
So I think you're right on track.
probably 13.
AJ's got his whole career planned ahead of him. So are you gonna be like your older cousin and join the Disney College program and go work down there?
Yes.
Have you talked to him about that? Have you talked to Carlos?
Yes, I've talked to him, but the advertisements not really my thing. The
Oh, you're
advertisement.
not gonna do this stuff. Yeah, you're not gonna do the stuff that he does down there. But whenever you're in college, you can actually go work at Disney for a while and get your foot in the door, so that then you can go down and design your rides and everything.
hmm That's a very good idea.
Mm-hmm.
And now, is there anything you think that AJ should share with us other than that? Or do you have any other questions you wanted to ask him?
What was your favorite experience the whole time we were down there?
That's a hard one.
That's a hard one.
Mm-hmm. The entertainment, the rides. I mean, I'd have to say out of all of them, nothing beats. I mean, the entertainment, it had to be the corny jokes and the Jungle Cruise. Those jokes are so corny.
Perfect. You're my man, AJ. Right in my wheelhouse. Perfect.
Stand them. But it's good entertainment.
What would be your advice to give somebody that's 10 years old going down to Disney?
Okay. Advice. If you go on a Jungle Cruise, you might want to bring earplugs. For some of the water, depends if it splashes, and for the corny jokes.
So you love the corny jokes, but bring the earplugs so you don't have to hear them all the time?
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
and
also,
the engine can be loud.
and also, going onto a ride, don't expect it to be the ride you think it is. Because seeing rides, if you're scared of the ride, just go on it. You never know until you try it. You see people screaming because they're scared. You won't know that you're scared of the ride. You might think it's better.
That's excellent advice. And also, just because they're screaming doesn't mean they're afraid. A lot of people are screaming because they're having fun. And it's more of a woohoo type scream than an oh my goodness type of scream.
And also, uh, you might, if you're in Disney Springs, bring like $100, like over $100. Cause if you're a Marvel fan, and you see the Marvel store, you're gonna want to buy everything.
Oh, it's not just a Marvel store because they have the Star Wars store, they have the Lego store, there's the World of Disney, which just has everything you could ever want or imagine from Disney stuff. So there are. You want to start counting the stores? And all right, I ran out of fingers and toes, so I don't know. Now, AJ, if you can start helping me. So many stores there, so many restaurants. Disney Springs is a wonderful place to visit.
Mm,
We had a good
AJ,
time.
besides designing rides for Disney, I think you also have to be the spokesperson, giving advice for people to come on down. Because
mm-hmm.
that's great advice you were just given. It makes a good point of don't be scared, don't be afraid. You can't tell me you're afraid of the ride or you don't like the ride until you try it.
Yeah.
It's kind of like food.
Cause
You can't tell me you don't like it until you try it.
mm-hmm. Unless you're allergic, then yeah.
Then you're allergic. Yeah, stay away from that. Yeah, if you're allergic to shrimp, don't eat the shrimp.
But that's not a problem for me.
That's not a problem for AJ though.
And another thing I would actually, what you could do is on Disney cruises, there's a spot where you could let the kids play. I was thinking, let there be a spot where you could shop, and right there with supervised people and cameras to make sure people are there, you could put stamps, like the stamps at Chuck E. Cheese.
Mhm.
You could put them on there on them, and then if you see someone taking someone out you don't know, scan the thing and then scan the person's. And if they don't have it, it'll emit alarm.
So you're saying like an open area like they have on the cruise
Yes,
ship where you
yes.
can just kind of play and be checked in and out.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
So you want to have that at the Disney parks as well? Is the play area?
Mm-hmm. And for
All
the
right. So
adults,
that
a casino. For the adults, a casino. Right where they are,
casino at
shop,
Disney.
casino, and you can play.
I like that idea of the play area in Disney because I know my little girl loves to just go and just run around every once in a while. And that'd be a
Mhm.
nice thing that instead of the rider swap, it's the kid play area where the kids can go play. You can check them in so they're not going to disappear on you. The parents can go and have some fun, go on some rides that the kids might not be tall enough for, and then you can come back and pick them up. So instead of the rider swap, both the parents can ride together.
Yeah,
Yeah.
AJ, we got to get you. We got to get you into marketing and development, the R&D of Disney. You got some great ideas.
yeah.
So have you been on a Disney cruise, AJ? Then I take it.
No.
No, you just know about them.
Yes, as a matter of fact, I do.
Is that from your aunt telling you all kinds of wonderful stuff?
Mm-hmm.
We'll work there. We'll get there one of these days.
Mm-hmm. One feature that might actually be nice is when you're designing, the part where you can like take a press a character and it'll show it up on the thing. Well, there's this thing on the cruise where you can choose the character, it'll show up. You would be able, I was thinking you would be able to like have like VR headsets or something and be able to play like simulation. You're them in a scenario from a movie, from their movie, from a movie that they're in, and you're fighting the villains, bad guys, are like in a scenario. So you'd be able to try it out.
They
That's
have,
pretty neat. Now, go ahead, Annell.
go ahead. You're gonna say exactly. I bet you're gonna say what I was gonna say.
There's something kind of sort of like that out in Disneyland, that in Disney California Adventure at Avengers Campus, there's a ride where you can kind of be Spider-Man and you get to shoot your webs at some of the bad guys. So you get to kind of like put yourself into that, at least be Spider-Man for a little bit.
But that's California.
Yeah, it is California.
Yeah, I gotta get
With
something similar.
But better still.
although AJ, that it gives you a reason to go out to Disneyland in California, so it's not really a bad thing. It's a
Yeah.
longer flight, at least for us Eastern Coast people. But
Right.
Now I can at
yeah, I
least
know.
plane.
Yeah, Disney World's a whole lot closer to you, closer for you than Disneyland. You're even
Mhm.
closer than I am.
I'm gonna be taking plane trips instead of 6-hour drives.
Matt, what is your daughter's favorite ride?
So she loves Slinky Dog Dash. That
That
is her
ride,
favorite. Did
it's
what
great.
was that, AJ?
That
It's
ride
great. You
is
think so?
they have moved us to the back. I want to be
It,
the
it
front.
is such it goes fast enough that it's a thrill and there's ups and downs, but it is a very smooth ride.
It is.
That there are
It
some
is.
roller coasters that they jerk you around and they're fast and they're thrilling, but sometimes you get off there and your neck hurts. With Slinky Dog Dash, very smooth, very easy ride. There's little bumps and things, so you have the thrill of getting what roller coaster enthusiasts call airtime. So you kind of get whenever you kind of fly out of your seat, but it's gentle enough that even though, well, when my little girl first rode it, a 4-year-old's gonna love it.
Mhm.
And I remember the one thing she just kept talking about. We did Slinky Dog Dash.
Universal's got some game.
I would agree with that. Now the one out again, we're gonna go back to Disneyland. So another reason you gotta go out there. The Incredicoaster is another one that is one of the smoothest roller coasters ever. And this one has a little loop in it. So you get a little bit of extra thrill with the loop, but it's a great ride.
Yeah. To be honest, I could probably say the same thing. Universal should have the exact same thing because one of the rides I went on, the Fast and Furious ride, I swear it's terrible. It's the flashing lights, all the collision you're hearing. At least give us headphones to listen and calm down the lights.
So it was a little bit too much of an experience for you. Just too
Yes.
many sensory overload.
Yes. That's why Disney's better.
When you get older, you might change your mind with some of the rides and the thrill part of it. Then you might change your way back later when you get even older, and you can't ride some of those more thrilling rides because without if you want to eat the rest of the day, you don't ride those
Right.
rides.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
getting old's horrible, AJ. So enjoy being young while you can.
Yeah. There should be another thing that has to do with Disney. You get a instead of the magic bands,
Mhm.
you'd be able to get like what's it called? You can get an app, right?
Mhm.
Where you can scan a Disney app, you can scan your hand, and instead of using a watch, because some people the watch hurts,
Mm.
you could go like this with your hand, and it would verify it. But Disney app, because it could verify the thing once you take a picture of your hand, keep it there,
Mhm.
and it would verify the hand, the blood pressures, and all that, and you could just do this, and you're free. You can go on rides.
Like a thumbprint or something.
Yeah, it's like a thumbprint.
Although you mentioned before about getting the stamp, we can get like a stamp with a barcode on your hand. Just scan that.
Yeah.
Things to come.
Again, AJ's going to revolutionize Disney whenever he gets in there with the being an Imagineer.
Kids would 75% off the things that they eat. That. And the
Price discounts too.
Roundhouse Rodeo, the Toy Story one. I really recommend if you're going, bring a relative who looks young. Cause I look young and I passed for 9.
So
That's
you
a
got a
lot.
little
Yeah. I
So making
passed.
sure you
Yeah.
so make sure you look young. Don't worry, looking young is not a bad thing. Whenever you get older, if you're 35 and you look 25, you're not going to complain about that.
Yeah, and people over age of 40, 25% off discount. Over 60, 50.
He's just giving out
Discounts
gifts.
as you
I
get
don't
older.
know. This seems like
Hey,
a lot of discounts
no,
going on.
this is going to be expensive meals.
They are expensive meals,
Yeah.
but they're experiences too.
Mm-hmm.
Did you have to freeze whenever you're at the Roundup Rodeo and hold still because Andy was coming?
I cannot stand. There was this one time. Who was it that was about to eat and you were laughing because of that? Who was it? I think it was Carlos.
It was Carlos.
It was Carlos. He was just freezing. He was about to eat, and we were laughing. We could not maintain ourselves.
So he was just about to put food in his mouth, and then they had to freeze.
Mm-hmm.
It'd be funny. I bet Carlos wasn't laughing too much though, especially if he was hungry. It's like the food's right here. I can't eat. AJ, anything else you wanted to add before we give your Aunt Annell a chance to give her travel tip, and we'll call it a day for you?
Not really. Just stay safe and really don't do anything that people usually wouldn't do. Don't do anything normal people would do. Don't steal. Don't rig. Don't try to bribe somebody. Don't try to leave without paying. Because you're going to get kicked out. Not only are you going to get kicked out, you're going to get arrested. And you won't be able to go any parts of Disney. You won't even be able to watch Disney Plus.
AJ, you are wise beyond your years. You're giving some great tips here and some great life advice. That is another big thing, though. When you're at Disney, decorum. Behave yourself. We're there for a good time. Enjoy it and don't push the limits. It's okay, if you have to wait in line a little bit longer. You don't have to rush. Don't have to step on people's toes. You don't have to, elbow old ladies out of the way to get in front of the line. Be on your best behavior there because everyone's there to have fun.
Mm-hmm.
Excellent advice there, AJ. I like that. And now you want to add a travel tip?
Travel tip, invest in the memory maker. It really helps, even though I know we all take our use our phones to take pictures and stuff, but the memory maker and the special touches and stuff they add onto it, it's worth the money, especially, like AJ been there when he was younger, but it's the first time as an older kid remembering we were able to capture those moments and, take pictures with lightsabers and do all this neat stuff. And those are memories that he got to show off to his friends and stuff. So invest in the memory maker.
The videos and the pictures that you get from the actual attractions are so worth it.
They are.
We have some video of on being on the Tower of Terror with our little girl, and they show a video of as you come up to where you can see over the park right before the drop, and then they show the video as the car starts to drop, and we have the one with my little girl, and you can literally see her fly out of her seat, and her hair start to fly up in the air, and the look on her face.
Priceless.
Oh, it this is one of the things we're gonna show every one of her boyfriends and have on her wedding night as playing on a loop. This
Yep.
is what she used to be, and even whenever she watches, like, look at my hair, look at this. Hey, look, I flew out of my seat, and so she now gets into it too of watching herself do it. She loves that. But that's something you cannot take on your phone. You cannot get those reaction shots
Right.
on the attractions and all of that. So I fully agree. That's a good tip. Would you like to give your contact information? How can someone get a hold of you to
Um,
book a trip with you?
you can send me an email at Annell at Dreams by Design Travel. That's Annell, Annell, Annell at Dreams by Design Travel, or look me up on Facebook, Dreams by Design Travel with Annell.
Wonderful. AJ and Annell, thank you very much. It was great having you on the podcast. AJ, here's something else you can add to your resume. Podcast star.
Mhm.
Thank you, Matt, for
All right.
having us.
No problem. Annell, I know we're going to have you on in the future to talk about something. AJ, hey, you're a rock star after this. We might have you back as well,
Mhm.
especially with you're coming up with all these great attraction ideas and you're giving good advice and good tips. You know, you got a future, kid. All right. Thank you both.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, next up we have Zoey and Mandy. Mandy, you're going to hear talk about her trip on the Disney Treasure, and I believe you're talking about the roller coasters at Disney with us too. So she's going to be coming back in later episodes. But today our focus is on Zoey. Zoey, how you doing today?
Good.
Awesome. So if your mom tells you, "Hey, we're going to go to Walt Disney World or to Disneyland," what are your thoughts?
I think it'd be really cool, and then I get like really excited.
Really excited, yeah. I get that way too. How many times have you been to a Disney park? How many trips have you made down there? Do you know?
Too many times that I can count.
That is the perfect amount that you're supposed to have. You could also answer, I need to go more though. So it works in both ways.
Mm-hmm.
So when you're down there, do you have a favorite hotel that you like to stay at?
I like to stay at Pop Century
Why do you like Pop Century so much?
because I like the theme and I like the pools there.
You like the pools? They're pretty awesome. I like the decorations and the decor and all the things they have around there, like the giant foosball players.
Yeah.
I think those are pretty neat.
Mhm.
Do you like the Skyliner as well?
Yeah, I love it.
Skyliner is one of our favorite things to go on. And by the way, Mandy, if you want to chime in on some thoughts here, you're more than welcome to jump on in.
Okay, yeah, I think that's why we started staying over there on the Skyliner part, if you will. Yeah, because it's so convenient, and oh my gosh, I absolutely adore just jumping on that in the morning and going to Epcot or Hollywood Studios.
We typically do not stay at any of the hotels that are on the Skyliner.
No,
but on most of our trips, we take the Skyliner just anyway.
yes, true. Yeah, that's what I love about it, that you can do that. And I will say, I've stayed at Caribbean Beach, which we got a room right next to the Skyliner. I made sure to ask for that. And it was like literally a 2-minute walk from our hotel room. It was perfect. And we were able to jump on there with no lines every morning. I will say, when you stay at Pop Century or Art of Animation, definitely longer lines for the Skyliner. That's one of that's one of the only I guess downfalls, if you will. But I love the Skyliner. Great transportation.
Yeah, and with the Pop Century and Art of Animation, you have to make that exchange. You have to transfer.
Yes, exactly.
But at the Caribbean Beach, you are right there, and you can go on either one of their lines. So that's nice.
It really is nice. It made it I went down there for a quick 2-day trip for my 40th birthday in December. So it made it nice and convenient to go to the parks and pop between the two. So
yeah, it's wonderful for transportation. But like I said, usually towards the end of our trip, after we're a little bit tired and we don't want to wait in line so much, and if there's if the crowds get a little bit busy and we're just like, all right, we've done everything we need to do, I don't want to wait in line for anything else, hey, let's go on the Skyliner. And
yes,
especially if you're gonna go like in middle of the day, there's usually you can walk right on it, and or maybe a 2-minute wait, and you get amazing views of the parks. And
yes,
it's just fun. And then we get off at we'll get off like at the Riviera or at the Caribbean Beach or one of the other hotels.
Mhm.
And we'll just walk around there too. It's like, oh, this is so nice. Maybe we should stay here next year.
yes, exactly.
Or actually, not even next year, next trip. Doesn't have to be next year.
Exactly. So year's too far away. And I will say we were there before our cruise. We did a couple days in the park in the end. What was that? February.
Yeah.
And it was really, really hot the one day. It was almost 90 degrees. And we were so pleasantly surprised that the Skyliner, even though they're not air conditioned, because I know a lot of people complain about that, but the cross breeze that you get from opening up the vents, we were completely comfortable on those things.
Yeah.
So.
All right. So I think we're all in agreement the Skyliner is awesome.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Zoe, do you have a favorite park to go to?
They're all my favorite.
They're all. It's too hard to choose, right?
Yeah, it's very hard to choose.
But you kind of have a favorite.
What's your kind of favorite?
These are my two favorites. I like Epcot and Magic Kingdom.
Okay, we'll start with Magic Kingdom. What is so great about the Magic Kingdom?
I like the Haunted Mansion ride. They added Hatbox Ghost on it, and it's very fun.
You don't get scared?
No.
Oh, you're braver than I was at your age. That I was scared. Whenever I was younger, I was scared. Not now, because they're fun ghosts and they're nice ghosts. But when I was little, I didn't know that, so I was scared. And what else do you like?
That's the rides there.
At Magic, Space Mountain.
I like Space Mountain.
That's a fun one too.
I like the teacups, the spinning teacups.
I like the teacups as long as we don't spin too fast. Because whenever you get older, spinning fast is not a good thing. And here's your public service announcement. Don't do the teacups after you've eaten.
No, yeah, no. I agree.
So Zoe, do you like going the real fast rides and the spinning rides and the exciting ones?
Yeah.
Those are your favorites? All right. And now Epcot. Why do you like Epcot so much?
Because I like the new ride, Guardians of the Galaxy.
Do you have a favorite song that they play on there?
I think I like Everybody Wants to Rule the World.
Okay.
Yes.
That's good. We were on there once where we got the conga, and that was really good.
I've gotten that one too, and I will admit that was fun. I've gotten every song except for Flock of Seagulls, the I Ran So Far Away. That's the only one I haven't gotten.
Yeah, we have.
I haven't.
Oh, Zoe has one up on her mom.
I guess so. But that's a definite epic ride, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's tough between that being my favorite and the Rise of the Resistance.
Oh,
But that's partly because I'm a really big Star Wars fan.
Okay. I love that. That ride is beautiful. It's amazing. I feel like you're in the movie when you're in it.
And that's another reason you don't need to be a Star Wars fan to enjoy it. That it is so immersive that it puts you right in the story, and it's like 18 minutes long too. So you get a nice long ride out of it. So you get enough time to really enjoy everything.
Yeah, you really do. That's an amazing ride.
Zoe, have you ridden the Rock and Roller Coaster? Are you tall enough for that?
I haven't ridden it yet.
You're tall enough, but you didn't want to.
Oh, you got to get back there real quick before it's gone. Tell your mom to book another trip.
I know.
Don't worry, they're going to change it to Muppets, and that should be fun.
You'd love that.
Yeah.
What about Slinky Dog Dash? Because that's my little girl's favorite.
I love that one. It might be like a little like fast at first, but like I like it when it goes to like the part where it goes like super fast.
Oh, whenever they do the dash part, yep.
Mm-hmm.
You need to go the little up and downs and you fly out of your seat a little bit.
Yeah, sounds fun.
The part I like about that is whenever you're doing that, the up and downs, you can have you get a really good view of the Tower of Terror, and for a split second, you can see all the way over to Epcot.
Oh,
you got to be real careful and look off to your right when you make those turns, but you can see Epcot. You can see Spaceship Earth there.
Now, you've ridden it at night, right?
Yes.
Oh, I love it at night because when you see Galaxy's Edge lit up in its glory at night, oh my gosh, it's so beautiful.
Oh yeah. And that's a good time to look for Spaceship Earth too, because it's glowing at night.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to do that now because I'll be honest, I don't always ride that one because my first choice when I lightning lane is typically Tower of Terror because I'm a diehard.
That's my
So
wife's favorite.
is it
It
awesome?
is.
I don't like Tower of Terror.
You don't like it?
No.
Although if you go around Christmas time, and actually basically anytime from mid-November-ish through New Year's,
Mhm.
is whenever you're on Slinky Dog Dash, the Tower of Terror is all lit up too. And the animation they have on the Tower of Terror is really awesome.
It is. It's beautiful.
Hmm.
You've seen that at Christmas when we went.
Yeah.
When
Uh-huh.
it looks like a big gingerbread house and they
Yes.
make it look like it's real fancy.
Yeah. I love that they do that. It's beautiful. Just more of the Disney magic.
Absolutely. All right, Zoe, do you have a favorite restaurant to eat at when you're in Disney?
Oh.
We ask the hard questions here.
Like what's the Nemo one?
Oh, that you like the Coral Reef.
I like the Coral Reef.
That's right next to the Seas with Nemo and Friends.
Mm-hmm.
Do you like seafood or do you get something else when you're there?
I get something else.
But you like sitting tank side, right?
Yeah.
You sit and watching all the fish swim by.
If you can't get the tank side, get the seat closest to the tank side.
So as close as you can to the tank so you can watch the fish swim around while you're eating.
Yeah.
And I think that's good that you're not getting fish there because then whenever the fish swim by, you can say, look, I'm not eating your friends. I mean, because remember, fish are friends, right? They're not food.
Exactly.
All right. Do you have a favorite snack in the parks?
Mickey ice cream bar.
The ice cream bar?
Oh, yeah.
I have to go with the ice cream sandwich is my favorite, but the ice cream bar is a second.
Oh.
It's a close second,
I like that.
followed by the Mickey pretzel.
Okay, the Mickey
But-
pretzel.
Because it depends on the time of year. So if you're there and it's hot, then the ice cream is definitely what you want. But some days when it's a bit cooler, that pretzel's good.
I bet it is. Yeah. I've never done the Mickey pretzel. And our family, for some reason, we don't call them Mickey ice cream bars. We call them Mickey Pops. It's just like a thing. So then whenever the kids go and order them, they look at us for a split second and the kids have to be like, oh, we want the Mickey's ice cream bar. Sorry. Because we just call them Mickey Pops.
Yeah.
I think we should change the name. Let's petition Disney. I like Mickey Pops.
Right. It's just fun. It's quick. Mickey Pop. Even on the cruise, they were doing that too.
Or what we could do is have them make a new, just regular popsicle that's shaped like Mickey, and that could be the Mickey Pop.
That could be the Mickey Pop. That would make sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so I think we need to, Zoe, you have to get a job with Disney marketing, and you can pitch that idea. Do you think that'd be a good idea?
Excellent.
I don't know.
That would be a great career path for you.
All right, Zoe, do you have a favorite Disney character?
Ooh. I really like Donald.
Oh, Zoe, me and you were going to get along really well because Donald's my favorite as well. What is it about Donald that you like so much?
Because he's very funny and I really like his voice.
Like his voice? I would do my best Donald impression, but you can't understand anything I say. So don't worry, I'm not the current voice for Donald. I'm not coming for your job. Don't worry. Can you do an impression, Zoe, of Donald Duck?
Can you do it?
No,
I can't either.
I can't do it.
What I like about Donald is that he can get really mad and lose his temper no matter what, and I can't always do that. So he gets to express the emotions that I often feel.
That's true.
Have you met Donald in the parks?
Yeah.
And where else do you meet him?
I also met Donald on the Disney cruise ship.
That's the perfect place for Donald Duck.
Oh, yeah, because he's a duck.
Hey, he's a sailor too. And that's what he does.
Yeah.
All right, Zoe, do you have a favorite memory or a favorite thing that you've experienced or done at a Disney park or on the cruise?
Well, I'm gonna definitely say the cruise.
That was your favorite?
Yeah. So I think my favorite thing about, like, one of my favorite things about the cruise was the kids club, because you can make a lot of friends, but then you can make more every day, because everybody goes at a different time.
So this is the Oceaneer Lab Kids Club that is on all of the Disney ships. And by the way, if you listen to our podcast about the Society of Explorers and Adventurers, we talk about how they named it the Oceaneer Club. It was named after a lady. Her name's Mary Oceaneer.
Oh my gosh, I didn't know that.
It wasn't. It's a fictional lady that there's a whole backstory
But
to it that ties in.
that because Disney always works a story into something. I love that.
Yeah, it ties into the whole Society of Explorers and Adventurers. Goes back to a bunch of the different attractions with the Haunted Mansion and the Jungle Cruise and Big Thunder Mountain. So it's all interweaved together with these backstories. It's really amazing. So Disney did their homework on this. They really set things up nicely.
Yes. Well, in that kids club, oh my gosh, we were so impressed when, of course, I only got to go for a small little bit on the first day at the open house. I went down the slide. That was amazing.
Yeah, there's a slide where you can just go in, you wash your hands. So you put your hands in these things, and then they wash it for you.
Oh, that's pretty neat that the water. So you put your hands in this little device, and the water comes up and washes your hands for you.
Mm-hmm.
That is a great way to control germs.
Yes.
We need one of those at home.
Right. I know. That's what they have the kids do it before they go in and then before they leave. And I'm like, that's perfect too, especially for some kids, that aren't big hand washers. But no, Disney takes care of it for you. You just put your hands in and they wash it.
Yep.
And that was a good point, what you said, Zoe, that different kids are going to go to the kids club at different times of day. So whenever you're there, you get to meet all kinds of different friends when you're on your cruise.
Mm-hmm.
I can just imagine my little girl on a cruise because she makes friends anyway. Whenever we're at Disney, she'll be in line and she'll just talk to everyone around her. And she usually asks if they have dogs and cats because that's her big thing, that she really, really loves animals.
Aww.
So unfortunately, I'm allergic to cats, so that's not going to happen.
Same, Matt.
But in our neighborhood, just about every other house has dogs or cats. So she has plenty of animals she can play with.
Good.
But meeting a lot of kids and new friends each day, that's exciting.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the highlight of her trip.
So you want to go on more cruises?
Yeah.
So if you had the choice to go on a cruise or go to the parks, what would you do?
I think I would do the cruise because there's free ice cream. Except for at Jumbo Sweets, but we went on the treasure, so it might be called a different thing. So whenever you go to Jumbo Sweets, you have to pay.
Okay, but free ice cream is a big seller for going on the cruises.
Yeah.
And for everyone else who's listening, if you could see the look in Zoe's eyes right there, her eyes got really big and she got really excited about that.
Yep. We would find the kids constantly if we needed to find them, actually, we should say on deck 11. If we were wandering or at the pool, we could almost find them every time near the ice cream, right?
Yeah.
I think that's where you'd find me too. All right, Zoe, if you have advice that you're going to give to another kid who's going to go down to Disney, either going to Walt Disney World, Disneyland, or on a Disney cruise, what is your advice? What do you want some other kids to know before they go down?
Well, I think, because I don't know if it's my first or my second time, but the Jungle Cruise is great.
All right, Zoe, me and you are going to be best friends from now on because at its best, the Jungle Cruise is my favorite. Now, you don't always get the best skipper, or sometimes you sit someplace and the engine's too loud. And so there are things that can influence your experience on the Jungle Cruise. But at its best, the Jungle Cruise is my favorite.
Especially at night if fireworks happen.
Oh, being on the Jungle Cruise during fireworks. Something else you can try if you can time it right. Being on Big Thunder Mountain Railroad during the fireworks.
That's my favorite.
Yeah.
So what is it about? Do you just like being on there when the fireworks are going off, or is there something else about the Jungle Cruise that you like?
It's about the jokes. I think it's really funny because they say, like, raise your hand, and like they give you jokes, and then like every time when I went on it, at least when we went on as a family, I kept raising my hands.
That Skipper was very happy with your involvement in his jokes.
Yeah.
That's great. Yeah, I like the jokes too. And actually, whenever I get older and retire, I'm going to move to Disney, move down to Florida, or maybe California. I don't know. Maybe both. I'll spend summer in one and winter in the other.
Yeah.
And I'm going to be a jungle cruise skipper. That I
Oh
want to
my
be the
gosh.
person driving the boat.
Please do. That would be amazing.
Anything else that you want to add, Zoe, about going to Disney?
I think that you should go on. Definitely Guardians of the Galaxy.
Even though it's super fast and it's kind of in the dark, it's not scary.
Yeah.
It's more fun than scary. Got it.
Way more fun.
Mandy, do you have anything else that you think we should ask Zoe on the podcast?
I'm trying to think. What is that? What sneakers?
No.
Trying to understand whispering from a kid. I can't think. I feel like she covered everything that
You can
Yeah.
just say it out loud, Zoe, so I can hear too.
Disney cruise.
Disney cruise. That's what you should do. Do a cruise. Okay.
Yeah. That was her first cruise that we went on. Because she's been to Disney, like she said, a bunch of times prior to that. So she's sold on the Disney cruise, though she still loves Disney World.
Mm-hmm.
But don't be afraid. I guess maybe your advice could be, don't be afraid to try the cruise.
Yeah.
Right? It's
And
different.
don't be afraid to try the attractions. They're a lot more fun than they are scary.
Yeah, exactly. There you go.
But also on the Disney treasure, there's a slide in the back, and it's kind of tricky to get up to it because there's like so many like places where you go, and then it's like, oh no, I can't get to it. And then like if you just follow the other kids, then it will lead you up these stairs, and then you can go on the slide.
So if you're looking for a good time, follow the other kids because they'll find it too.
Yeah, there you go. Follow the crowds.
Or you could just find a friend, and then they'll show you if they've been.
And then you're going to meet all kinds of friends at the Oceaneer Club.
Yes.
Yeah, there you go. Okay, I thought of one thing.
What?
Would you rather wake up really, really early and rope drop the park so you can get in lines, or would you rather stay really, really late until park closing?
I think. Well, I kind of think both because like you could go to Disney at night and there won't be a lot of people there if you get the time right. Before the park closes, but in the morning is also really good too.
Agreed. Love that.
So there could also be you go early, and if you get tired in the middle of the day, you take the little pool break back to your hotel, and then you come back at night and you finish it off strong.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
but you have to go. Like, you don't want to go and like the park's gonna close in like however many minutes or hours, but you
still want some time at
you
night.
still want some time at night.
Yeah,
Understood. That's good advice.
that is.
Because the park is a little bit different during the day and at night, and riding some of the attractions at night, it's special. I definitely agree.
Especially because I think it's new. I think in front of the Epcot ball, there's like this little place where there's lights like on the ground and like you're walking on it. I think that's really cool too.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and the lights actually match the lights that are on Spaceship Earth.
Yeah, they did a beautiful job with that. I miss the old fiber optics, but I think that was a nice replacement.
Yeah, and it also matches the side of the facade of the building for Communicore that they just opened too.
Yes.
And so everything is all just it's vibing, and it just
Mm-hmm.
it makes sense.
Oh.
Yeah.
Mandy, do you have a travel tip that you'd like to share?
Oh my gosh. I have on the spot travel tip. Don't overpack.
That's very good advice because you can always buy it there.
You can always buy it there, and you can always do laundry if you absolutely have to. And that way you have plenty of room for the souvenirs you know you're going to buy.
A lot.
A lot.
A lot of souvenirs.
Yeah. But then
And go ahead, Zoe.
Also on the Disney cruise, I think there's a laundry place on every one, I think. But there's a laundry place, and laundry is not that great, but like there's an app that you get before your trip, and it tells you when your laundry is ready, so you don't have to stay in there. You just have to like see the notification on your phone, and then like go down to the place.
So definitely use the apps, whether either at the park or you're on the cruise.
Mm-hmm.
And the really cool thing about on the cruise is if you do laundry, the app will tell you when the laundry is done.
Yeah.
Yes. Love that.
I need to get my washing machine and my dryer to do that too. So when I put it in, it tells me when I'm done.
That would be a great feature. Your dryer is done in the in the dryer upstairs. I love that.
Mm-hmm.
The next thing I need is an app that will actually fold the laundry for me too when it's done.
That would also be amazing. You can invent that before you become the Jungle Cruise skipper.
Also get working on it.
Yeah.
But what Mandy said is also another great thing is that if you don't have to overpack, because if you do need something, it then gives you an excuse to go shopping.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So it's not just let's just shop and see if we like something. No, we have to go shopping.
It got cold. We need a sweatshirt.
Hey, you gotta do what you gotta do. You know, sometimes, hey, it's tough stuff when you're on vacation.
Exactly.
Yeah, but like it is good that
Focus.
stop.
Don't worry, it's your first time on a podcast. We'll give you a break on this.
Like
You're doing fine.
it's good that you don't overpack, because if you overpack, like when we went on a cruise, I overpacked.
And then you have to try and fit all the stuff in the suitcase, and you have to sit on the suitcase while someone zips it shut.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't pack that much.
Oh, okay, that's good. Mandy, would you like to give your contact information so people can get a hold of you to book trips or if they have any questions for you?
Oh, sure. Just like everyone else at our Epic Travel Agency, my email is mandy@dreamsbydesigntravel.com. And I can also be reached by text or phone at 609-305-3445.
Wonderful. Ladies, thank you so much. This was a lot of fun. I greatly appreciate it. Mandy, we're going to talk to you later on. And Zoe, if you ever have stuff that you want to tell us more, I'm sure we can find a time to get you back on. I know I'm going to talk to your mom about your Disney cruise. So if you want to be on with us for a little bit, you're more than welcome to join us.
I will.
All right.
Thank you, Matt, so much. I appreciate it.
All right. Thank you very much. We'll talk to both Yinz later.
All right. Sounds good.
So my travel tip, don't be afraid to take your kids to Disney, whether it's Walt Disney World, Disneyland, or going on a Disney cruise. I know that some people are hesitant to do that when you have your young kids because they won't necessarily remember everything, but your kids don't remember you reading to them when they're young, but you do that anyway. Okay, so reading is going to be a lot less expensive than going on a Disney trip. Okay, I understand that. However, even when they don't remember, it can still have an impact on them. So also, these memories aren't just for your kids. They're also for you. Now, it's their childhood, but it's also your parenthood. So if you want to go to Disney, take them. You have some wonderful memories that you are making for yourself. And you're probably going to get some really good pictures that you can embarrass the kids with whenever it's their first date or their wedding night or whatever, their wedding, things along those lines. So don't forget that important part. If you have a destination or experience that you'd like to have us discuss on the Where Yinz Goin podcast, or if you'd like to share your favorite destination or travel tip, feel free to contact us. We'd love to hear your feedback and ideas. Now, a little bit different thing here that you can get a hold of us on Facebook at Where Yinz Goin. So, Yinz is spelled Yinz and Goin Goin, then apostrophe with a question mark at the end. So, Where Yinz Goin. You can look us up there. All the information for me and our other travel advisors is going to be in the episode description. So if you want to contact us to book it for them to book a trip, or if you have any questions, you know how to contact us. You don't have to memorize it or have written it down. So you can find it right there very easily. You don't have to worry about spelling either. Please like, follow, subscribe, leave a review, tell a friend. If you like what you heard here, let other people know. We'd like to get the word out about what we're doing here and spread the joy that you're experiencing too. You can find us pretty much anywhere you can find podcasts. You found us one place, but you can look around if someone else doesn't quite use your platform. Please join us next time. We're heading out in that. We'll see you later.